If they can, if the code can be not, there's nothing we can do.
Okay.
Hey, Kevin, can you hear me?
Can you hear us, Kevin?
Yeah, can you put mute on? Hello, can you hear us now?
Bring this meeting order and pledge the flag. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Kevin, are you there?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay.
Okay.
Christine?
Here.
Snyder?
Here.
Bartello?
Here.
Troop?
Yeah.
Heister?
Okay, before we get into new business, Rick, would you like to introduce, take care of your...
This is president and past president from the Eagles, and they got a donation for the city for some equipment.
You want to come up front? We'll give you the floor. Okay, gentlemen.
John Hacker from Sunbury. We're here to donate $5,000 for two cameras and setups.
All right, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Thank you very much.
Eagles, and we'll get all this together, but you guys have been very, very gracious. You've helped us with a taser in the police department, and we'll have to get that together, Chief, for the next meeting, so we know exactly what they put forward towards that also. So, thank you very much. We appreciate it, and we'll make sure that it gets used to the best of our ability.
Dave, you're also donating money to the Light Fest this year. We'll be getting a check. Am I right, gentlemen?
Yes, sir.
What's that, $500?
Yeah, we're
Light
giving us
Fest?
$500 for the light.
Thank you for that.
Thank you again very much.
We appreciate that.
Was that received yet? Harry?
Not that I know of.
All right, maybe a supplement test on the check on that.
Where's Francis? That'll cover the good stuff. Yeah. Free parking on all your streets, November 23rd to January 1st. This is an annual thing, and I'll make a motion that we do that.
Second.
Snyder?
Yes.
Bartello?
Yes.
Troop?
Yes.
Heister?
Yes.
Persing?
Yes. Kevin, next on the agenda, increased wage, public works, Craig Long.
Yeah, I have a hard time right now, and let me increase his wage. Council said I'm correct, that's bringing this front of council before we get any kind of increase in wage.
Correct.
I think the first that we keep it 925, and when we split this cost with West Recreation, because we'll be filming it up at the next one, I just want to do.
Second, Kevin. Any questions?
Bartello?
Yes.
Troop?
Yes.
Heister? Persing?
Yes.
Snyder?
Yes.
Okay, Todd?
It must be.
I guess we've got the first reading this evening of the 2013 budget ordinance, number 1270. If you recall, we all got together at the last meeting to talk about the budget. We had a deficit projected at that time. This, of course, is the next generation of the budget. It is a draft. It's still in draft stage. So we're going to be looking tonight to basically pass the first draft of the budget with a 1.5 million increase based on current outstanding deficits that we have to work on. And again, I think as a group, we're all going to be sitting down certainly here over the next few weeks looking to continue to make adjustments the best we can to try to minimize any impact on taxpayers.
Why are we voting on this again before we have a final budget?
There's a process you have to go through
So we
to...
could have started months ago and had a final budget to vote on.
No, not really, because you'd be basing it off of non-historically accurate numbers. You want to make sure you have as realistic of numbers as possible, and that means you've got to go through more than half of the year to have a good solid understanding as to where you're at with your numbers.
So things will be more accurate next year. for the coming year, I guess.
They get accurate, more and more accurate, the more and more measurements you take, sir. That was the investment we made in the financial system, was to give us the ability to track better each and every account in real time. But in order to go through the budget process, you have to get as far into the year certainly as you can, so you can make sure you've got as accurate numbers as possible. Because otherwise your budget's essentially not better than that.
But I want everybody out there to understand that we have to pass a reading tonight. That's what Todd put together. There's things in the police department I haven't even seen yet, so, but because of the time constraints that we have for advertising, what we're passing tonight is a balanced budget, and we, like you said, we'll be meeting many times before the next reading when we pass this for the second reading. And all this stuff's going to change. Well, I'm sure there's going to be something going to change. So that's what we'll be doing. But we just got to the point we had to pass it tonight, so that's so.
And that's the same process you go through every year.
That's right.
Every year you
Every year
basically
people don't
pass a
understand.
draft, then you've got to basically advertise that, talk it over the next couple of weeks until you get to the point where you can pass a final budget.
So the budget tonight that you're putting before us is what? How many mils?
1.5.
Okay. Is that a motion?
Yes.
First of all, Todd, I know you worked very hard just getting to where we're at right now.
I appreciate that.
And also, you have to come to the meetings to understand what's going on. So thank you.
I'll second.
Meister,
Yes.
Persing,
Yes.
Snyder,
Yes.
Bartello,
No.
Troop,
Yes.
Okay, we also have to do the first reading of the tax levy, assuming that we stay at 1.5. Again, that could change, so.
That's correct. That's correct. And ultimately, the tax levy would put us at 2.45, or a total of 24.5 mils. So I'd like to make that as a motion that we pass the first reading of the tax levy ordinance 1271.
Second.
Persing,
Yes.
Snyder,
Yes.
Bartello,
No.
Troop,
Kevin?
Yes. Snyder, number 9, yes.
Meister,
Yes. Approval to pay invoices, Todd.
Yes, actually, the vouchers payable report would have been sent out to everyone for your review. We're asking that tonight we get approval to make payment on the outstanding invoices in the amount of $73,216.45, please.
Second.
Thank you.
Snyder,
Yes.
Bartello,
Yes.
Troop,
Yes.
Meister, Persing,
Yes. Any particular audience comment tonight? Or anything we haven't talked about? Yes, sir.
Why are you voting on a draft that you haven't even read parts of? I don't understand that. Why you would vote for something that you said you haven't read all of?
And you were Mr.
Ed Quiggle.
For the minute? Okay. The first reading of the budget has to be passed tonight because of time constraints with the advertisement. Whatever we pass tonight has to be a balanced budget. Mr. Snyder put a balanced budget together tonight. We will now have, between now and December, whatever we end up with this last voting meeting, we'll discuss here in a minute or two, to make changes. We will be making changes amongst that. So we voted on it tonight because if we had to vote on it tonight because of the time restraints for advertising.
And to give you, I guess, just to give you a little bit more background as to how it basically all came together, the typical budget process is each of the various directors meet with their department heads and put together budget worksheets that summarize their departmental expenses, basically not just for the year, but what ultimately then they're projecting into the next future budget. They then submit those worksheets into the finance department. We have a chance to then evaluate all the budget worksheets, do a tally of both revenues and expenses for all the various departments. Whenever that was completed this time around, and this happens each and every year, as you would gather, everybody always submits more expenses than what we have for revenues. Last year when we started the process, same kind of point where we are tonight, we had in excess of a $600,000 deficit that we needed to close. We worked together as a team, and over those final weeks of the month of last year, we were able to close that gap. This year, our initial meeting, the last one we had before we were able to finalize this draft, we had about a $350,000 deficit we needed to close. Going into tonight's meeting, for the sake of being able to at least present a balanced budget, we were able to get to the point where we were able to narrow that down to just a $1.5 million increase, which is the max that we can get to pass the first draft. And so that's just part of the ongoing process that you go through year after year in preparing a budget, voting on a draft, and then finally working towards the finalization of the budget towards year end. Okay.
Yes, sir.
This will be voted on at the second meeting of next month?
No. Yeah. We're not, right now that's scheduled for Christmas Eve, that's what we're gonna try to change. Okay, go ahead. But yes, that
I
would
just want to
be.
make sure you're aware of that.
Yeah.
It's Christmas Eve.
Yeah. Any other audience comment? Yes, sir?
How can citizens get a copy of the draft that you passed tonight?
They can come in the city clerk's office tomorrow. Or the day after, whenever day they want to come, anytime they want to come. Any other
Question
questions?
is Joe. Joe has one in his folder right there. You guys can work together on the budget.
I don't have a folder.
It's downstairs.
Oh, okay.
We'll make arrangements to break them up for you.
All right, the next meeting is scheduled Christmas Eve, we're at that point, and what, should we do it, I don't care when we do it. How about the time, as far as, where's our time? We have to do it past
Well, it has to be past
Christmas.
the 24th.
Okay. What do you guys want to do? I don't really want to come in Christmas Eve.
Whatever you need, Mayor, I'll be there.
I mean, really, based on the schedule, it's whatever's good for you.
Well, how about the 26th, want to do it the day after Christmas?
All right, that's okay.
Okay.
Is anybody off during the day that we could do it during, are you off that week?
Yeah. Kevin, you off that week?
Yes,
Only in daytime, after leave about 3 o'clock.
Oh, we could do it in the morning, some morning, doesn't matter to me, we'll do it like on
When's Christmas fall?
a Monday.
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Christmas falls on a Tuesday.
Monday's the first day
Oh.
on the schedule.
Okay, that's a different calendar.
It's Tuesday.
This one Tuesday, yeah.
Could do
What's
it Wednesday.
Monday? You off Monday?
That's Christmas Eve.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So you just want to do it the day after Christmas, the 26th?
That's Wednesday.
What's Saturday?
Well,
Has to
we have
be
to do it
after.
after Christmas, I don't have to advertise the date, so it has to be after Christmas.
Oh,
after the
time
20th.
frame.
20 days.
Time because of the advertising, yeah. How's Wednesday morning sound?
Hey, I'm here. I'm ready to go.
Date, so don't ruin everybody's day, or?
Sounds good to me.
Then you can take us to breakfast, Kevin, how's that work?
Hey, I'm really doing this for what is it?
26th, Wednesday, 8 a.m. Right here. You're gonna miss that.
You won't get
You
up
won't
early
miss
for us?
one. You'll get a copy of it, you won't miss one.
Okay. No, it might be a big meeting. Whatever you
Service Electric Cablevision franchise to provide service to city expired December 31st, 2014. That's a little far away.
Yeah, there's timelines.
Okay. Well, let me look at the timeline exactly, and I'll put a committee together the next meeting. Keep that on the agenda. Also for the agenda, we're going to schedule something next week, guys. Maybe we can do that whenever your first budget. We need to talk about the police contract again. This is dragging on too long. We'll see what we can do next week about scheduling something, a short meeting for that also.
Same week of...
Yeah, next week. You have a budget meeting scheduled next week? When would be the next budget meeting scheduled?
I guess, Terry, well, we talked about wanting to move one, because Dave, I guess, weren't able to possibly move one. So I guess we were looking to move it maybe, so we'll be able to attend.
Well,
And
he
you
can
weren't
make-
able to attend the last one.
He can make the one on the 3rd.
And so the third's
Next
fine, but it was
week.
the following week, and Jim had mentioned the possibility of having a need for
Saturday.
another one, and I kind of tend to agree, so I know the first you're out of town, so we were thinking maybe trying to get together the following Sunday in the afternoon, the 9th in the afternoon. We tried Saturday before, it wasn't for anybody either. And we have one on the 3rd, it's a regular meeting, we're not canceling that. We're still-
We advertise it?
Yeah, they're advertised. The one on the 3rd is advertised, right? So is
The
one
3rd and the
after that?
17th are advertised. And if we want to add another one, we just have to put a little word in. So this, Sunday would be the 9th, which would probably be the best day to have it, because that's before the next council meeting. And after your other budget meeting.
Yeah, so I'm okay with Sunday afternoon or that Saturday, per se. Saturday is actually, Saturday the 8th, I'm out of
Yeah.
town.
How's the night work for you?
Sunday.
I'll be there for you.
Well, my thing, that's one of the wrong. Almost have to be later in the evening. You want it early in the afternoon, or?
It doesn't matter to me, really. Whatever's good.
Sunday nights aren't, I don't,
Sunday nights are tough, but
I'm out home, getting ready for Monday morning. Going to bed.
mid-afternoon usually back, try to shoot yourself.
Well, how late Sunday can you make it? Do you want to make it? Later or better, don't matter to me.
2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, something like that. 5, 6 o'clock now.
And honestly, based on the progress we have on the 3rd, it may not be warranted. You know, it just depends on after you've had a chance to review what you've got in front of you more in detail.
Yeah, I don't think we need it. We're gonna get it settled on the 3rd, and worse, the 17th is going to be it. So I don't think we need it. You guys, 5 years old, all you're doing is attacking my department, so it's
Pretty
just
much.
me.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, Dave, I mean, he hammered me again too, I mean, so,
Well,
Well, I'm
too
just
bad.
saying, though, that this one, you know, ours,
I tried to be as nice as possible. We were looking at discretionary items, things that were in last year's budget, certain numbers we tried to maintain.
all right, so we're going to meet on Monday the 3rd and Monday the 17th. And then we have a regular
Which you can
council
still
meeting on the
discuss
10th.
it
If you had to, we could take some time during that and discuss it at the same time. That's actually 3 Mondays in a row, and then the regular meeting will be the 26th at 8 a.m.
So,
Okay.
I mean,
Everybody's invited. Anything else for the betterment of the city? Yes, sir.
Do we hear any more on the new hoagie shop going in down at Fourth Street Plaza?
No, I haven't got back. There was all kinds of applications for the liquors, my understanding, he needed us to give him the approval to apply for it, so the application process is in. I don't know how fast that moves.
It takes a while.
I would imagine slow.
They're going to open before they have that. Yeah, they were hoping to open by January
Okay.
without.
Before the license, without the license. Okay, that's good. Yes, sir.
I have a suggestion about the Service Electric Cablevision franchise. I think the city should look into requiring them to carry public access channel. The city of York does something similar down there. They have a station called WRCT. There's a federal law that allows municipalities to require cable companies to have a public access channel. I believe it was this Barry Goldwater Cable Television Act that was passed in the 80s. And I think our city would benefit from a public access station.
Okay, we'll take note of that. Anything else? I want to thank everybody for coming. This meeting's adjourned.
Hey, thanks, guys.
Thank you, Kevin. Have a safe work night.